financial freedom is you're having enough money to do whatever it is you want to do without any limitation. And having, that's very important. That's financial freedom. Then second is time freedom. Time freedom. You have the time to yourself to do things that you love to do. You want to read, you can read. You want to pray, you can pray. You want to be spiritually, you want to increase your spirituality, you can. You want to be with family, you can. You want to do what you want to do. Now, there's a way you can be in this business and still not enjoy time freedom. And this is the way to it. When you allow people to push you around, if you're a leader and you allow people to tell you what they want, instead of you telling them what should be done, Now, this is what I meant. So if as a leader, you need to have timetables, just like the company. The company have timetables. They don't change the timetable because of one person, right? So if you have a meeting as a leader, what you need to do is do your part by giving them enough instruments, enough education, enough support, enough training to make sure that everybody get what they need to do. But when you are given this and the people are not available, please don't compromise. Don't say because they are not available, they come up with excuses. Hey, coach, I was frying chicken that time. I was doing this, I was that, I was on the road. That is their cup of tea. Yours is to make sure you deliver the trainings, do good by everybody, send the time, make sure everybody's aware, and do your thing. So when you do that, don't repeat the session for any other person again, because I tell you, if you keep on doing that, you become a slave to time. Actually, I kind of fell into that trap for some time. And I got fed up and tired, Almost every now and then I'll be on Zoom session from morning till night, no other life again. To even stand up in the sports, no, because one person is waiting, another person is waiting, another person is waiting. So we're like doing one session, imagine. So if you're having 10,000 people, doesn't mean you will not have life again, So there's a way you want to have time freedom and you still tie yourself down, So to avoid falling into this trap is the reason why I do what I do. Like, everybody must be independent. Everything I know is what I try to share, but how will I share it if you're not available? You get the point, right? So that is why, for me, I won't compromise. I won't do this session twice. Like somebody coming, coach, I don't understand this. Well, they can ask other questions outside what we discussed tonight. But if anybody who is not on this session, now people on this session can ask me questions about this session. It means they were there, but they didn't understand. Yes, they deserve to get clarification. But those who are not on this session, now complaining, coach, there's no time. How do I know how to do this? I will not answer them. And I'm saying this, I'm serious. I will not answer them. So time freedom is one of the reasons why we joined. And now I want to avoid being trapped in that time by attending to everybody's issues individually. It's not the way to go. It's not duplicable. It's tiring, it's exhausting, and is against the reason why we do this. Time freedom is what we want, which we have other things to attend to individually, right? So that's that. Then the last one is location freedom, which we all know, but that is not relevant to what I want to say. That's why I want to spend more time on financial freedom and location freedom. Time freedom, it is the reason why I am talking about this, because people have this attitude. Call for a meeting, they will not show up. Yet they'll be complaining they're not making money. I mean, I don't know what they were told. I don't know what they're told. That's why we too also now, when we want to tell people you have to be careful, let them know that you don't make money without your effort, and define what effort means to them. Effort means coming to session, attending trainings, learning. All these things are there in the back office. When they join, we attach the welcome message, attach it with Team Portal, where they will go watch videos and understand all these things, but people will not do it, So this session is to help guide, and you ask questions and all that. So if they cannot attend, then there's nothing we can do. Okay, and like I said from the beginning, all I need personally, all I need is, even if it's one person that can duplicate and be the success figure, be the signboard from my team, is enough. Is enough to prove to those who always excuse themselves from everything, yet they want to make money. Is enough to prove to those who are still doubting whether the business work or not. So that one person is enough. So is that left for you that you want to be that person? But you want to know one thing is, irrespective, people are making money. People are making money from this opportunity. You get my point? They are making money from this opportunity, like every day. I mean, people make so much. And you can see, if you go to the Facebook group, you see results, testimonials. People making thousands of dollars, from 1,000 to 20,000, 2,000 to 20,000. The same people that started last year, December, November, So let us be that people, let us be them. Okay. All right. So, 1 minute, yeah. All right, quickly. So like I said, the topic tonight, why am I even coming up with this topic? I'm coming up with this topic based on feedbacks. I see that a lot of people miss opportunities that are being like every day. Okay, let me ask you this question. As a member of this academy who is subscribed, okay, don't you get worried like every week, at the end of every week, that you see results? I mean, because the only way you know if a company or something is performing is checking the results, right? Every weekly results, you see the percentage wins and all that. Don't you sit down once in a while to calculate all the wins and losses that the company presents and imagine that you were taking this trade, even if 50% of the trade, don't you ever wonder that doing that alone could have given you all that you want? I mean, don't you sit down and just wonder about that? Like tonight now, I'm going to be giving examples of what I'm saying, okay? And I just want you to know first thing that, see, when it comes to trading, I think the problem is not really about whether the trade is a winning trade or not, because the trades are always weird. There are a lot of winning trades, always winning trades. I can show you now. I'll show you some now tonight, okay? Now, there's a lot of winning trades. Now, this winning trades is not about the number of winning trades, it's about you, your own psychological composition, like your emotion, your attitude towards these things. You understand? I will do some calculation and we'll see tonight why most of us, don't really benefit. I mean, from all of these all this money that is being made, every now and then. Why most of us don't benefit from it, despite that you are subscribed like every other members. I will show us tonight. Okay, we'll do some review, and there's also some trainings. Again, like a refresher course for people who have seen it before, and then something opportunity for people who are new to learn also. All we'll be doing tonight. Okay, 1 minute. Let me just get myself together. So you're all welcome officially. I mean, for those of you who are here, you're welcome. All right. First and first, let me check the topic again. We said we're going to be doing, where is it? Okay. We'll be treating profitability. That's actually the name I'm supposed to give to it. Profitability. I mean, how to profit from this whole thing, our economy, as in our academy, how to profit from it and make so much. You understand? Now, in case you when it gets to time you want to say anything or so, just please raise your hand or you send a message and I'll unmute you, okay? Now, so we want to learn how to leverage. And I believe we all know what leverage is. Well, let us just work with, don't let us work with assumption. So leverage now is very important. Leverage is whatever it is that makes you stronger or whatever it is that make you achieve more results than you should. You understand? So it's just like putting small effort, getting double result or more results. Do you get? Now, so for those of us who know, when we talk about a car, if there's a flat tire, you understand, normally you won't be able to lift a car yourself, but with the help of a jack, even as a lady, you can lift the car yourself while even making call without much effort, just by winding the car, the jack, and then what happens? The turning of the jack will lift the car. So you apply effort on the jack, which is of course a small thing that you can carry yourself. And the jack helps you to carry the weight of the car, which you cannot carry. So that jack is called lever. It's called lever, sorry, in physics, in science. Lever is any tool that you use to achieve more results. Do you get the point? So the process is called leveraging. So you now leverage on that tool, which is we call lever, that carries the car for you, which is the load. So with the little effort, you achieve more. So the same thing in business, you can apply the same force in business. So in business now, what is the leverage here? Let me tell you one thing. I have videos of successful Forex traders. In fact, as a matter of fact, I did some researches and on the richest Forex traders in Nigeria presently, some of them in tunes of $20 million, $200,000, $300,000, and so on and so forth, $100,000, I think, sorry, the richest of them is $2 million, not $20 million, forgive me. That's a lot of money too. That's in billions, right? Now, so all these guys, when I started checking, some of them 2005, they started trading in 2005. They started trading in 2007. Some started in 10 years, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I mean, these guys have lost so much money, have learned, suffered, paid for courses, they've bought a lot of online courses on this. They've invested so much money. Some sold their car. In fact, one got a divorce from the wife. I mean, when these guys started using all the money in the house to trade forex, and every money they make trade forex and lose, trade and lose, trade and lose. I think he got a separation, not divorce, as in like like legally or documented stuff. It was just like your wife packing, the African culture now, packing out to the house like, this one won't kill me, I mean, sorry for that language. For those of us, let me see. Okay, yeah, sorry, those of us who are not Nigerians, like Jews, sorry. I mean, so this actually led to divorce, a separation, not divorce. I mean, separation between one of them. I mean, one of them. I'm talking of a guy who now makes over 300K. I mean, when I say 300,000 USD in a month, you can imagine what the wife will be thinking wherever she is, right now. Like, oh, I left this bank, But I won't blame the situation too, because sometimes it can be very frustrating when you push in money and then you lose, you keep losing, right? But what I'm trying to say is this: these guys are successful today. And that is why when you meet a lot of forex traders, forex traders outside our academy, they will tell you the story, their own story. Everybody got their own story. There's a guy they call Abi. Some of you must have known him. He's a Nigerian guy. This guy is so rich, successful, as in this guy, he just bought last year, he bought the 2022 Range Rover Sport, $100 and something thousand. He bought the Benz. He lives on the, I think lives on the island. I don't know. Yeah, in Lagos, yeah. This guy is successful. And this guy said he has lost over $70,000 in the past before now finally getting it right. You know how he does, how he did that? He will make money and lose it, make money and lose it. Some, any money he makes from this other pin, put it in and all that. He wasn't rich when he started, Do you get the point? Now, look at all these things I've just told you. Today, these guys are successful. If I ask you this question now, would you like to have their kind of success? Put a 1 in the chat box if you like to have their kind of success. Please, I want this to be interactive. And we'll do it fast so we can maximize the time, right? Put a 1 in the box if you want to have their kind of success. Making $100,000 in a month, $200,000 in a month in trading, enjoying those kind of freedom. How many of you would like to have that kind of results? If you want that kind of result, put a 1 in the chat box. Put a 1 in the chat box. Okay, only 3 people. If you just 3 or 4 we have here, the question is, what are you doing in that? What are you actually doing in this academy if you don't want to have that kind of result? Because the reason I'm here is to have this kind of results. That's why I'm here. I'm here for the forex team. So if you, okay, fine. And this is very important, right? Out of how many of us, we have 5. Now, if you don't want that kind of lifestyle, please put a 2 in the chat box. And you must take one, either one of the 2, please. If not, you won't be welcome in the meeting. This night must be interactive. So either you are 1 or 2. If you don't want that kind of lifestyle from forex, you don't want kind of result, please put a 2. If you want it, put a 1. Please, let's do it fast. See, this is my only way of knowing those who are actually here, So if you want it, put a 1. If you don't, put a 2. If you don't want to be making like 100K, 200K and beyond, above, put a 2. If you do, put a 1. Okay, we have 1, we have Princess, we have Eugenia, we have Jules, we have Gloria Adigu, we have Olufumilayo, we have Jay. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 people. Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what about Omas? Is he here with us? All right, all I know is if you don't participate, you can, I'm screenshotting people that are responding. If you don't participate, really, I'm not going to be answering your question during the question and answer session, and even after that. That's my new style now. All right, guys. So now you see, but do you know, there's the first question, but do you know that for me, I also want to have that lifestyle, but I don't want to go through all that they went through. Do you get the point? I don't even want to spend 5 years losing money. No, I don't want to. I don't want to spend 1 year, Seth. Do you get the point? Losing money before I'll start making money. No, but that's the way it is actually. Traditionally, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's been. In fact, let me tell you what professional said. They said for you to make money in Forex trading, I mean, to really be successful in Forex trading, first you have to learn. Now that learning could take 1 year, 2 years and above, depending on how fast you can catch up. Now, after learning, the real learning now starts from the practical. So you'll be released from your school, whatever you paid for. Some paid $1,000, some paid $10,000. I can show you forms and academies whereby you pay, not like these are academy that is cheap, you know. I mean, other academies like Forex Academy, whereby you pay. All these guys, Abby and the rest of them, you see how much they collect. They charge people to mentor, you know, to get the mentorship under them, and how much you have to pay every month, you know, and all that. If you are paying one time, they'll charge you like thousands of dollars, you know, depending on, and if you cannot afford to pay that, you know, they just put you on a free mode where they just give you only a few things, maybe just signal, they won't teach you anything. And that signal itself, you know, will be limited, you know, this kind of stuff. So after you've done all of this, by the time you are now released by your mentors, okay, now you can go to the world and prosper. You get that? So meaning you want to start trading yourself. According to also the research, which is normal, they said you will need to, that your success rate will be like 20 to 30%, which means imagine out of every 10 trades you take, maybe you make 2 or 3 of them. You know, that's, you'll be making 30% and be losing 70%. Of course, you know that's a big, is a huge loss. It's going to be huge, right? Now, then I said before you rise to average, which is 50%, it will take time. And that time it will take, you will have, in that time, you will learn a lot of things. That's when you learn discipline, emotion, dealing with emotion, perseverance, you know, patience, you know, and also you have the eye of the market, the eye of the market, the eye, E-Y-E, eye of the market, which means when you look at the market, you can see structures, you can see setups within minutes, or let's say 30 minutes, 1 hour. Do you get the point? So they said now the patience it takes to get to that level, many people don't have it, because when you keep losing money, most people just give up. That is why you have very few people, you know, having that patience to go on. But now, when we talk about leverage, remember I started by talking about leverage, which is what? Whatever it is that makes your journey smoother, whatever it is that makes your result bigger than your efforts, whatever it is that makes you stronger than you are in normal, like your normal person, right? Whatever it is that makes your life easier than it should, then it's called leverage. Now, leverage now doesn't have to be tool, doesn't work on car alone or cars. You know, it works on leveraging on other people's experience, other people's knowledge, other people's skills. So it means if somebody has spent 14 years, 20 years suffering and wasting money in Forex, now is not a guru. Do you know how good it is when that person now becomes your mentor? Mentorship is different from, what do you call it? A coach. Mentorship is different from coach. A coach is someone, of course, yeah. A coach is someone that trains you, you know, that shows you how to go about things, shows you the way and all that. But a mentor is like a tour guide. It will follow you through. You get to report back. It shows you, okay, after you've done this, any mistake, come back, show me, let me guide you again, go in, you know, like that. You get the point? Mentorship is like duplicating whatever it is that is in me into you. You get the point? Now, these guys that you pay for, when you pay them, you only pay them to teach you. They teach you and then you let you go. But a mentor will not just teach you. A mentor will show you, will teach you, will hold your hands, will be by you every day, every hour on the hour, will take trades with you, will share everything with you until you can stand on your feet. And that is what we have here in the academy. Come on, look at it. Look at all these guys, starting Eminos Nepal, Eminos Arabic, Eminos, these guys, they keep teaching every day, every now and then. They keep showing you, sharing their screen, you trade with them. Whatever trade they are taking, they are sharing with you. Whatever signals they are taking, they are sharing with you. Still, they teach you how to trade Forex, even if many of you don't even watch those videos. I mean, many of you don't care about learning anything about, all you just want to take is signals, you know? Let's just make money. Well, yeah, I mean, you're open to choose whatever it is you want, isn't it? But I'm just telling you that this is what mentorship is. And that is why this academy is better for you. Leverage. Because except you don't want to make money from Forex. And I tell you, I kid you not, show me somebody who you think can be richer, you know, starting a business, and you'll be richer than a Forex trader. I don't think there's anybody. Let me give you an example. I think I've said this before. See, I think it's the easiest and fastest way to be very, very rich. Do you get it? Even real estate cannot compete. I can guarantee this one. I'm telling you categorically. People say, real estate, they are the most rich, they are the richest people in life. You get what I'm saying? I mean, Forex trading is just the in thing. You've not seen, except you've not gone far, you've not seen things. I've seen things. Let me give you an instance. Do you know the gold trade that we took? Okay, let me just say, don't let me talk about the one that we took. Let's talk about the one we take every day. For every 10 pips, do you know that all these institutions that we're talking about, do you know they don't even take 100 pips, all those things? Do you know 10 pips alone? These guys, you see somebody making $180 million. I can show you this research. There's a company called Golden Sachs or something like that. It's owned by some group of forex traders, some guys who now they now have a hedge fund account. These guys, anytime they enter the market, when they come out with 10 pips, like this 10 pips is giving them like $800 million. I mean, these guys make millions of dollars. All those trades that you think, do you know the richest forex trader in the world is worth about $16 billion or thereabouts? Can you imagine? Only laptop, internet. I mean, see, comparing money you make from forex trading to other business will be very unfair to forex, because you know why? Any business that will give you that kind of money, you have a company, you have staff, you have logistics, all these things, registration, all these logistics that will break your head, thinking of staff, sleepless nights, managing board meeting, all these politics, and just put them together. But this is the only place you can make money, only with your laptop and internet, without one single human being around you. Do you get the point? And the best part is you can move anywhere in the world and you still have your phone, you still keep on making this money. Yeah, I have to start with this pep talk so you will know what you're holding. Sometimes some of us just take it with, there's this psychological effect it has on us when we handle business that can give us billions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, like we're handling it like the amount we paid for it. Some of us, we can joke. I can see, sometimes I wonder when I look at the group and I see people silent, sometimes I'll be angry with myself. I say, oh, these people paid $150, they paid $99 for subscription, and they'll just be sitting down. They will not even be restless. Like me, I can't pay $1 for a course, and I will not make sure I make it out. People just give up easily because it's $99. And that is why you see that most people, when they want to sell products, when they want to sell things to you, when they want to sell courses to you, or courses or businesses, anything that has to do with learning or education, they put a very big price on it. Do you know why they do that? Like most of you here now, even as an adult, some of you that are even married with kids and all that, if you're going to do a second degree now, or you want to go for a PhD, whatever, and you choose to go do it abroad, the moment you pay 12 million naira to just go, and that's not the end of it, just to facilitate your going and everything, you don't joke. You will be reading 247. That's why in fact, some of you will be pregnant with 2 babies at the back. You still be carrying book and be reading. You'll be cooking with one hand and be reading the other hand, because the money is expensive. But because this one is just $99, you see somebody will subscribe and go and sit down, be waiting for manners to fall from heaven. Do you know that you're supposed to be the one disturbing that? Wait, where will I go? Where will I learn? Where will I, people just give up. They just be looking at everything you do on the group. They'll keep quiet after subscription. I don't know what they were told. Maybe they were told when you subscribe, just sit and sleep. When you wake up, there'll be money, so much money in front of you. Probably, and it's possible. People lie a lot just to get people signed up. People lie a lot. And also, people too can be insincere to themselves. Well, someone will tell you the truth that, hey, when you come, you have to learn, no problem. You have to do this. Then when you come in and you are not learning, watch video. You say, the funniest one is, have you seen this video? Yes, I've seen it. Have you watched this video? Yes, I've watched it. And that video says, what is Forex? What are pips? What are lot sizes? That's what they said in the video. And this person said, I've watched it. And you agree with the person. Then while you are trying to take the person on practical, the person will ask you, please, what's the meaning of lot size? And you'll be like, sorry, you said you watched the video, right? It's funny, right? But it's not really funny. It can be very frustrating sometimes. So the psychological part of this is I'm telling you, you can ask anybody on this. At least I did some psychology as a professional course, and even in school, so and also neurology. You can learn all of this from there, whereby how you think affects the results you have. When you handle a business, when you see a business like a small business, it becomes a small business. It gives you a roadside profits. So when you handle this business, okay, let me give you an instance, guys. I want to give you a scenario. I want you to imagine this. Paint this picture in your head right now. Imagine this. Imagine you just got a loan. You got a loan from a bank with an interest, a very exorbitant interest rate. But that loan is very important to a business idea that you have that you want to run, right? You start this business. Let's say you start a restaurant business. This is a restaurant business, right? And this restaurant business, you know that you got a loan from the bank. Yeah. Now, if your closing time for the restaurant is 5 p.m. and you see that today you've not made any sales at all, Will you close at 5 p.m.? No, tell me, yes or no. I mean, someone should just respond. I want responses. That's I'll be sure that you're with me, right? Will you close that restaurant at 5 p.m. that day if you don't make any profit, knowing that you got this loan from the bank and you know the interest rate calculates every month, if not every day? Will you close that restaurant that night? Will you? Yes or no? Okay. I'll go for a break. When I see answers, I'll continue. When I see answers, I'll continue. Well, Princess said she might. You try again tomorrow. So you close 5 p.m. and then try again tomorrow. Fine. But you know one thing is this. This is exactly why banks have a lot of businesses closed down. Do you get it? Now, what I've noticed is this. Because if you are on a loan and you open a business, and normally you want to be closing for 5 p.m., which is your choice, which is what you put in your schedule. You now see that at the end of the day, you didn't meet up your targets. Do you get? Of course, you are right, Princess. Most people that are retail business, people now that have the psychological attitude I talked about, they will close their business. But do you know why big companies like banks, they succeed? Any month they don't meet their targets, they put pressure on their staff. They don't care if that person dies. Their own is results, and that is why they move. But when you have a business and you first put your own relaxation, pleasure first, oh, I have to go home by 5. Meanwhile, you're on a loan from a bank. That is a sign that the bank is coming to take over, not just the business, take the whatever the collateral you use, whatever agreement you sign. I'm telling you, a lot of people have landed themselves in big trouble because of this. That is why ordinary people like me, if someone comes to me and like, please give me a loan for business, I will never give them a loan for business, because attitude people use in treating a business like that is not always the right way. But if they get it from a bank, their mind will be restless. That's why I see people with BP. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. If you get a loan from the bank and you know that you have to pay this money back with interest, you will not joke with the time. You want to use every time right. If you don't make money by 5 p.m., you want to extend a bit to like 7, 8 p.m. because you'll be like, well, if maybe people that come in the evening time may want to eat. But if you have met your target for the day, you may want to close your restaurant and go home. Right. Now, the same thing with anything you do or business. Like if you join this academy and you are serious about making money and whatever it is you are doing it for, the reason why you are doing it is very important to you. I tell you, I kid you not, you will not joke with anything. You won't be giving excuses, right? Like you'll be available for sessions. If you miss sessions, they even give you options of recorded sessions. Can you imagine? I mean, if you say, okay, I'm busy this time, you can go there and see the LTS, live trading session, and you learn. Do you get the point? So there are many reasons and many ways to succeed, but just only a few people pass this way. And when they don't pass this way, they blame it on every other thing except themselves, right? This is what I'm trying to clear, okay? So if you want to succeed in this academy, you have to put in the attitude of a $10 million earner. If you watch all these billionaires, when they talk, all these guys that have made money, you see them, they are very strict. They don't joke because they know what they did before they got to where they are today, right? They know all they went through, and they know the attitude to get there. And when they see people that is not using such attitude, they don't want to relate with them. You know, they don't want to relate with them. So guys, I want us, why I'm saying all of this is, I want us to change our attitude. I mean, when you change your attitude, everything will change. Change your attitude towards this business. Be serious with it for once. And I tell you, things will change for you. Now, let me now prove to you that we are not doing as much as we're supposed to when it comes to this business, this academy. Sorry, guys. Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me? My Lord. Yeah, good. Right, so to you, let's start last week. Let's start from the read. Before we go to training, let's start the read. Now, guys, you that okay, let's just 1 minute, sorry guys. Where is? Oh my God. Just give me 1 minute, 1 minute. Please. All right, can you still hear me now? Am I cleared off? Hello guys, can you hear me? All right, good, good. So my earplugs got pulled out, sorry. All right, let me share my screen. I want to share something with you, with all of us. Now, the last time, for those of us who were in the meeting I did one time, where I told us how we can maximize, you know, first of all, for you to really make money in this whole thing, you have to what? You have to kill greed. It's not easy. Even me that I'm talking to you, it's not really easy for me. But I think that's the only way out because I've tried the route. You know what usually happens? You know, this greed thing of, let me get more, let me get more. You know, when you look at it, you keep getting more, you keep trying to get more, and that more keeps sending you backwards. You get the point. Now, such that if you had done the right thing by getting just little that we're supposed to stick with, you would have gone far ahead wherever it is you are now, like 10 times ahead. So is it not better if I take $1 a day, you know, that doubles itself, you understand, for the whole of the year, than just looking for $1 million a day that will get me close and take all that I have plus the one that I even brought in. And then I'll start all over again from zero. At the end of the day, you will see that 365 days will have gone by. You keep starting from 0, 0, 0 because you're still pursuing 1 million. But somebody who started with $1 doubling itself every day, I mean, the money doubling itself every day, you know, will have gone ahead and be around $30 million at the end of the 365 days. That is exactly the problem we're having. That's psychological part of it. I mean, imagine us just fixing our mind that, see, all I want from the market in a day is just 50 pips. I'm just saying, just 50 pips. I'll share with you what I mean. And I'll see everything I share with you tonight. If you don't practice this week, it's just a waste. Everything you learn will be a waste because the only way it sticks is when you practice. But you know, I'm not going to be selling motivational speaking and all those stuff to you, all those yada yada. I mean, I'm going to be showing you practicals, and not just practicals. I'll be just relating it to the past results. And when I say past, I'm not talking of last year or last month. I'm talking of last week, recent ones. And for those of you who have attended this kind of session before, you see that even that time is still the same. So if it keeps coming like that, so what's up? Do you get the point? So now we're going to be doing that right now. So like I said, let me go back to the what I said I was going to teach tonight. So I said we'll learn. Sorry. There we go. Said we will learn what? Okay. Okay, well, we'll start with the weekly review. Now let's start with the weekly review. So that's the best thing we want to do. Now, first, let's go with Manara. I hope everyone is with me, right? Let's go with Manara. Remember, if you have something to say, you want to say something, just raise up your hand. For those of you, I think you know where that is. That part is where you can raise up your hand and all that. You see the hand emoji somewhere there. Just click on it. I will see it. But I'll be coming back to check because right now I'm sharing my screen, so I'm not seeing anything. Okay. All right. So guys, I want to let's look together what happened last week from Manara. We're starting with Manara. Remember, we're talking about Manara, Eminence, and which other one again? Okay. So and the last one which I talked about, right? So let's look at Manara for last week. Only Manara for last week. Okay. Before I look at Manara, sorry, forgive me. I think I should give you the background of what I want to share with you. So, I mean, because those of you who have attended this before, you understand. But for new people, they don't understand. Guys, let me come back to you. So I said, I came up with an idea. And that idea, now, which I said that it will be fair and it will be easy, it will give you rest of mind and consistency. Because Forex is about consistency. If we can just come up with an idea of 10 pips or maximum of 20 pips, but I will stick with 10 pips per trade, 10 pips per trade. especially those of us with MFF. In fact, let me just tell you the truth. If you are not owning an MFF account, you are just cheating yourself. For me, that's the only way, except you're lying to ourselves. I'm not saying you should not have a real account. As a matter of fact, I would recommend having a real account and an MFF account. And I'll explain to you. And you'll see it makes sense, a whole lot of sense. Okay? A whole lot of sense. Demola is raising up his hands. Okay. Let me just allow, let me hear from you. Okay, what do you want to say? Okay, now you're allowed to be unmuted. You can unmute yourself now. Please, you have to be fast. All right, quickly, what is it? Demola, we can hear you. You have to be fast, please.
I said, what's the MFM account that you're talking about?
You are talking, but we can't hear you. Or is it me?
I said, what's the MFM account you are talking about?
Okay, sorry. All right. Go ahead now. Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry.
Yeah, the MFM account. Is it different from the real life account? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello?
Yes, can you hear me now?
I said the MFM account you're talking about, is it different from the live account? Like the real account?
Yes, it's a bit different. We'll explain MFF at the end of the, I will explain again at the end of the, what's it called? At the end of the training, okay?
Okay.
All right, just note it down, okay? All right. So guys, as I was saying, let me quickly show you something. So I was talking about 10 pips a day. Now, for those of you who don't know what a pip is, I think you should watch the videos in your back office, okay? Or maybe send me a message. I'll send you a video after that, after this session, okay? So, okay, first of all, pips are the ways we measure our profits, okay, in Forex trading, okay? It's called a profit in percentage, something like that, yeah. So now, let me show you something, guys. Let's look at this together. So, we talk about 10 pips. What is the 10 pips? I'll show you now. So let's say you try 10 pips a day, okay? When you try 10 pips a day, where was that? Okay, I'm coming. 1 minute, guys, 1 minute. Okay, that is it. So let's say, what is that? What is that sound? Is it from me? Okay, that's not from me. All right. Debola, I can put down your hand now. I think I've answered the question. All right. So as I was saying, guys, so let me use a calculator for you to make it easy. Look at what I'm saying. So for those of you, MF, okay, let me just talk about it. So for those of you using the real account, let's say you have your account $200, $300, $400, whatever amount you have, fine. But if you have $400, I will advise you, if you have $200 self, even $100, I would advise instead of using it for your real account, use it to get MFF account. So Demola now, MFF account is like is one of the companies, they call them prop firm. There are a lot of companies, okay? But we use MFF. Most of us use MFF. That's why I use MFF as an example. So what are they into? They give funds to traders so you can trade. That at the end of the day, every profit realized on that money they give to you will be splitted into two sides. But the way it's split is you take a higher percentage, they take a lower percentage, but they give you the fund. Okay? So, but for you to have the fund, you have to buy the package to give you access for the fund. So for example, now, if you buy the one of $50, that gives you $5,000 account. Okay? You buy the one of $84, it gives you like $10,000 account. Okay? If you buy the one of $139, let's say $140, sorry, that gives you $20,000 account. Like that. It goes on like that. 100,000, 50,000, 300,000 is the biggest. And our goal is 300,000, guys. And I'll share that with you again. I've done it before. I'll do it again, right? And the reason why I need to do that is very important. I'll tell you. So we have all this amount of money you have access to. Do you know why this is better? If you are using $100 of your money, technically, according to our tradition, if you want to take any trade, we tell you that use 1% of your account. Maximum you can use is 3% of your account, okay? Because let's say you want to use 3% of your account now. What is 3% of $100? You'll be using $3 to trade. If you use $3 to trade, most times the amount you use to trade, if this is your risk, okay, by the time you win your trade, if you win the trade, let's say it gives you 1 to 2, you'll be winning like maybe $6. But there are sometimes the trade don't get to the end of the profits before you close it. So when people are closing their own at $100, $600, maybe you'll be closing your own at $6. And when people are closing their own at maybe $1, $100, you'll be closing your own at $1. Most times you have the tendency of over leveraging, of doing more than you're supposed to do because you want to quickly catch up with those people. You will feel you are wasting your own time making $6, $1. So because of that emotion, people start blowing their small accounts. And again, even if you are disciplined, this will take you longer time. So if instead of you doing $100 of your money, why don't you deduct $50, buy MFF accounts, as if that's all you have, and then $50 for a real account. Now, when you buy $50, it gives you $5,000 account, but there are conditions to it. The condition is, and these conditions for me, I think is a blessing. It's very difficult because we've not cultivated it as an habit. We all agree that in life generally, anything that you are not used to before is like something like a rocket science to you for the first time, right? You know, for those of you who did science in school, you remember the first basic science you started, I don't know, depending on the country or so. At least I remember that those days in school, when you were in the elementary, I don't know, maybe you'll start like, what do you call it, integrated science. Is that integrated science? I can't remember, all those stuff, Introtech and all those small sciences. They were like new to you. But later on, the same person will now be a professor in science, talking about kinetic physics and all this big science, isn't it? So it's like habit. It's the same thing. You get used to it over time, right? Now, when you come to this MFF, there are conditions, guys. Conditions are, number one, you have to pay for this account, which you have done. You bought it after having it. Now, they will take you through evaluation. They want to be sure you are capable before they give you their money, because it's their money, not yours. And if you lose that money, they won't charge you. They won't take it from you. It's their loss, right? So before they give you their money, because you are only paying $50 for a $5,000 account, which is you are paying 1% of the account they are giving you. Do you get the point? So they are the one with the 99%. You see that they have higher risk. So they put you on a trial to know whether you are good. They give you demo account of that 5,000, and they give you a task that, see, increase this account by 8%. I hope all of us are listening. This is very important. This night can change everything about our life. I mean, if you're really serious, right? So they give you an account. They say, okay, meet a target of 8%. Take this account up by 8%. What is 8% of 5,000? That is $400, which means the first challenge is take this account from 5,000, which they gave you, or they are going to give you, you take it to 5,400. If you meet that target, you have passed your first level evaluation. The second level evaluation, you take it up by 5%, which is what? $250. By the time you do $5,250, you have passed the second evaluation. Now, the moment you pass the first and second evaluation, they will now give you the real accounts. Ademola, I hope you are listening now, and every other person who have not heard about prop accounts or MFF. They now give you the real $5,000 to trade with. Now, this $5,000 they will give you, you now start trading with it for 30 days. You trade with it for how many days? 30 days. Okay. So for 30 trading days or working days, at the end of that 30 days, okay, at the end of 30 days, as soon as you finish trading with it, and let's say you make profits, let's say for example, at the end of 30 days, you're able to make about, let's say, $2,000 as profit on this one. So which means you took this money from $5,000 to $7,000. So what will be the profit? $2,000. This company will give you 75% of this money, while they take 25%. So which means they'll be giving you $1,500. Now, the good thing about this one is this: the $1,500 will be paid to your own account. Now you can use this one as your own money to trade live account if you want. But this is what they will give you. Now, what happens after then? Subsequently after then, they will be paying you now 2 weeks. It won't be 30 days anymore. It will now be 14 days after this. So the next one now they'll pay you will now be the next 14 days. So 14 days now, let's say on the same $5,000 account, you take it up by, let's say 1,000, let's say 1,500, for example. So what happens in the next 14 days? They are going to pay you 80%, not 75% again, which is 1,2. Then after that, the next 14 days, they'll pay you 85%. From that time onward, it's now be 85% onward, which is 1,075. So meaning with this, you can be making every 14 days, $1,000+. But this is not where we are going. The plan is this. Okay, this is the plan. The plan is, as soon as you have enough money, let me tell you, as soon as I have enough money, I'm using $5,000 as an example because it's the lowest. In case somebody, want to have start with the lowest. I mean, some people are doing $10,000, $20,000, but let's say this is all you have, for example. Okay. Now the plan of the plan is this: if you have this money, when they give you that 1,500, the plan is so you can use 1,380 or okay, let's say 1,380 to buy a $300,000 account. That is exactly where we are going. Or if you don't want that, you can do $200,000 account. I don't know how much that is, but this is my own target, and this is the target I'm giving people. So if they can meet up, it's okay. After all, it's a profit from your money, not really your own money. Okay. So with the 1,003, it's your money because your profit, right? But I'm just saying it's profit, not the capital. So now there's something also I didn't tell you. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that. So when you hit the target, they will pay you back your money. The money you use in buying these accounts, okay? They will pay you back 50. You use $50 to buy, right? They will pay you 112% of it back, which means they will pay you back with extra 12%, which means they are paying you $56 instead of $50 which you used, right? $56. So they pay your money back to you, which you use in buying the account. Not just that, they will still pay you 2% on the profit you made, which is the first one you made $400. The second one you made on the demo account, the evaluation period. The first time you make $400, the second one you made $250. That's $650. They pay you 2% of that. That's $13 plus your $56, which they use in buying the $50. You buy the package with that, and then you have $6 extra. You'll be getting $69. Okay, that's the money you get outside the 1.5. But the point is, you are meant to buy the biggest account, which is the 300K account. A guy did that, and they just paid him. Do you know how much he made over the 300K? He made $57,000. And do you know what that is? That's a lot of money, right? I mean, if you're in Nigeria, you know what this is. This is about 42M. Okay, now, guys, but the point is, let's say you have the 1,380 and you buy the 300K account. Now, this one will give you the money that will make you successful for life. But the first stage is past the stage you start with. If you started with 10,000, 50,000, some of us have started with the 100,000, some 50,000, 20,000, depending on what you can afford. Okay. So this is MFF account in brief. I hope everybody understands MFF accounts now. Now, the challenge with MFF account is most of us get the account suspended by breaking that rule of in a day. Okay. There's a rule which you must go through. In a day, okay, you must not lose up to 5% in a day. So let's say you are giving $5,000 accounts. You must not lose up to 5%. What is 5% of 5,000? $250. If your loss is up to $250, they will suspend that account in a day. And then overall, throughout the time of your trial, of your evaluation, you must not lose up to 12%, which is $600. Do you get the point? So people fail this test of this $250 or $600. Do you know why they fail it? Because of what? Emotional damage, because of psychological issue of, I want to quickly make more. I want to make more. Before you know, pound suspended. Do you get the point? Meanwhile, they give you 30 days to finish each evaluation stage, but you don't need 30 days. With what I want to share with you now, even 15 days, you will meet up. So remember, what's that thing I said I want to share with us? How to use 10 pips for every trade. And I'll tell you why you should target only 10 pips. Don't forget about the rest. Don't worry. Even if you trade it TP 10, it's okay. But there's a way too, you can still enjoy it. If you can manage it, I will still show you that way too. But if you don't want, maybe you are the working type and you don't want that stress, you can just set your TPs to 10, 10, 10. Don't worry about the rest. Do you know what that means? If you make 10 pips for every trade, if you are using a $5,000 account, your lot size should be around 0.1. 0.1 lot size means $1 for every pip. So which means every time you hit 10 pips, you have $10. Do you get the point now? So if you target 50 pips in a day, meaning you have $50 in a day on your $5,000. And remember your first stage, how much do you have to make on your first stage of evaluation? 8%. And what is 8%? $400, right? So if you are making $50 per day, for example, how many days do you need to hit up this target? 8 days. It's okay. If you meet up the target in 8 days, you qualified for the second stage. Then they give you the account for the second stage the same day. The second stage, your target is $250. How many days do you need to do the $50 to get that? 5 days. So it means in 13 days, you can finish both stage 1 and stage 2. Let's say maximum 15 days. Let's factor in some maybe just delay, whatever delay, 15 days. Imagine 15 days you're done with first stage and second stage. Isn't that exciting? Which means the remaining 15 days of the 1 month that you paid your subscription to finish your MFF, you can use the remaining 15 days for your real account. Add that to the next month, 15 days, then you can qualify and make huge profit on your 30th day just by targeting 10 pips a day. So for those of us using from 20,000, like, okay, somebody using like $10,000 now, maybe your lot size should be around 0.5. 0.5 means $5 per trade. So even your target for 10,000 is what? $800. The first phase. Second phase is $500. Sorry, yeah, 5%, $500. Am I right? Yeah, 10% is 1,000. Yes, 5% is $500. Okay, so this one both is 1,300, right? So how long does it take you if you are using 5 pips a day and 10 pips a day? Remember, 50 pips a day means you multiply it by 5. That will give you $250. $250 divided by 1.3. At least it will take you like 5 days. But let's still make it 15 days for you to qualify. Let's just put everybody on 15 days. $20,000, 15 days. $100,000, 15 days. Okay? If you are following 10 pips per trade. Now let's go and look at all our channel. Is it possible for you to hit 50 pips a day if you are doing 10 pips on every trade using all our channels? Is it possible? Let me see if I still have people here. Maybe so everybody's going to sleep. I'm just talking to myself. Okay, all right. So I still have you guys, right? Please, I want you to pay attention. It's very important, okay? Now, is it possible? Don't believe what I'll tell you. Let's just go and check our channels. Let's start with Manara. Let's say you started last week. This thing we're talking about. Let's say you started last week. Okay? Let's look at the trade for last week, Friday. Now, how do you know the trade for last week, Friday? Go to notification. These are trades that were sent to your Telegram. For those of you who actually have really gone to your back office and you have subscribed. If you have not done that, let me know at the end of this session. For those, I mean, if you've not been receiving a lot on your Telegram, let me know. Okay. Now, so we have, this is the list of the ideas that were sent last week. So what do we want to check now? I want to check whether these ideas actually gave profits or losses. Are we ready to see now? Now, what are we looking at? We're looking at, did they give us up to 10 pips on every trade, right? So let's start with odd card. This was the last one that was sent in the evening. Of course, Friday, the market will close. So possibly, let's see this one. Okay, look at this one. It got to the entry and it was heading for the stop loss, but later on it changed its mind and what happened? Started going up. So meaning it's already going up now. So, but the market stopped, the market closed. So which means this trade is incomplete. It will continue on Sunday evening, which is Sunday evening / Monday morning. So this one is out of it. Odd card, okay? Because we can't decide. That's not really, it's not a loss, it's not a win yet, okay? Hope you understand. So these are the same. This same odd card is the same. One, it's just the time frame that are different. So if you click this one, it's still the same thing. Look at it. 15 minutes is still the same thing, okay? Still the same thing. So anytime you see all those trades, they send the same, just take, it's only one you are meant to take, okay? Because one, the updated one is to avoid stop loss of the former one, okay? So let's just, so this one now is incomplete. Now, SPX 500 was sent. Okay, let's see this one, whether, okay, as you can see this one, it came to the entry. Can we all see it now? At least for those of you who have attended sessions, you understand this very well, right? Look at this. It's supposed to be a bullish. Bullish means it's supposed to go up. They expect it to go up, but did it go up or not? See, it came here. Look at it. It came, oh, sorry. It came down. Let me use my pointer. Where is it? Where is my pointer? Oh, I think let me bring the control out. I'm coming, guys. I need the control. Don't do that. Let me bring control. 1 minute. 1 minute. Where's my control? Meeting control. Where are you? All right. Okay. Let's take it back. All right. Where's the meeting control now? Always show meeting control. I thought I turned it on just now. Meeting controls. Yes, show it already. Okay. Where is the control? Sorry, guys. This already struggle with sharing screen and presenting the same time on the phone, on the mobile phone. 1 minute. Where are my meeting controls now? Oopsie. Daisy. Okay, I'm coming. Let me stop sharing and then share again. Maybe to come up. Start now. Okay, here I have it. I have the meeting control. All right, guys. So let's go back to. What happened? Yeah. All right. So where is the control again? Hey, who's can you have this one? I thought I saw the control just now. Technology, I can mess you up sometimes. Sorry, guys. Just give me. I mean, be patient with me. Look out. This is the control, right? I mean, I'm not supposed to be looking for this thing. Should not be playing me like that. All right, guys. Okay, it's right here. So let's look at this. I want you to focus on where I want to point now, okay? Annotation. Oops. No, not you. Spotlight. Look at this, guys. So he came here. It's supposed to go up. The target is up, right? So it came here. Look at the entry and started going up. Now let's prove whether it gives us 10 pips that we're looking for. This profit, it has not got into the TP1. We don't need TP1. Remember, our new game plan now is what? Our new game plan now is 10 pips. So how do we know? So you go to this place. You go to, I think here. Okay, here. Guys, can you see? You choose what they call price range. Look at it, price range. Okay, let me favorite this, price range. So what do you do with price range? Look at it. Can you see the arrow? I place it here. This helps you to know how many pips it has gone. You place it on the entry, you tap it, then you drag it up. This gave about how many pips? This gave 41.9 pips. You see it now. So which means this trade has given you your first 10 pips. So if you are using $20,000 account, which is one lot size, you're having your first $100 here. If you are using a $10,000 account, which is 0.5, you're having your first $50 here. If you are using a $5,000 account, which is 0.1, you're having your first $10 here. Remember, your target at the end of the day is 50 pips. 10 pips already giving you this much. Do you get the point I'm making now, right? So if you're this is a trade that happened though, not, I mean, we're not talking about fairy tales or so, we're talking about reality, right? So this one gave 41.9 pips. Now, I was saying something. I said there's a way you can still enjoy more if you want to, but make sure 10 pips is your target. That's if you have time. So let's say you are watching the trade, you see your trading profit, and you see that you have gotten 10 pips, okay? But this one now is when you, we have to teach you that one after you've gone through the back office and you watch the videos on Forex and all that, know your stop loss and all those stuff. So how to do that one is this. Let's say you fix your profit to 10 pips. What is 10 pips now? This is 10 pips here. You see 10, 10.5, right? Then the moment you see that that's gotten to 10 pips and it's going up, you come to put your stop loss here. You shift your stop loss from here. See, this is what they call stop loss here. You shift from this place and bring it to your 10 pips here. So in case the thing returns, it will not take your 10 pips that you have made. So you put your stop loss here and you let it fly. So when you see that the thing has gone to 20 pips, you move your stop loss again. It will cover 20. You keep moving your stop loss. Then finally, to take you out, you can even go out of this one with 20-something pips, which has already given you more than what you are looking for, right? But remember, your target is 10 pips. If you don't want stress at all, just put your price at 10 pips, and when you get 10 pips, you're out of the market. You will see the reason why 10 pips is important now. Okay? 10 pips. So this one is done. Let's go to the next one. Somebody should be calculating. Guys, I want you to be recording. First one, you have 10 pips now, right? The first trade was indecisive, like, indecision trade, because it has not gotten to where we are going, right? Now, the next one after that is EuroChef that was sent last week, Friday. So let's see EuroChef. Guys, see it. See why 10 pips is very good now. This is my reason for saying just take 10 pips, okay? You could make 20 pips, but most times, some of them don't get to 20 pips. Some don't even get to 10 pips sometimes, but let's just look at it. So this is the second trade of the day, for example. Okay, let's look at how many pips. Do you see what happened? It came here to the entry and went up by how many pips now? Let's look at it. How many pips? It went up by 14.4 pips. 14.4 pips, which means your 10 pips is somewhere around 8.5, somewhere around here. Around here. So you would have made your 10 pips and you're out of this trade. Bam. Now, for those who are still in the trade, do you know what happened after that? Let's see what happened after this. The trade reversed. It reversed. Where's my tools? Where is this control again? Oh, which kind you have this? Eh? Guys, don't worry. We just manage. I can't see the control. I don't want to be looking for it. I'm recording this. I don't want to read longer than it should. Okay. So, guys, look at it. From the entry, it went up by 10 pips. Now, what happened after that? See what happened after that. It went up. Shoot. Let me see if there's a pointer here, something I can use to point this. Let me just bring this guy. Let me bring this arrow. Oh. No, let me use this one. Okay, guys, just follow. Even this one says is the same. All right. I can't see the control. I don't know where it is. All right. So look at what happened. After coming to this place, look at this place now. After coming here, giving all the money, it's reversed and came back to its stop loss. Do you see it now? But do you know the guy who went for 10 pips would have made his profit and out of this trade? And the others will be complaining, oh, back to stop loss. They would have lost their money here. But you with the 10 pips have gone with your money. So let's say you're using 10 pips. This is your second target of the day. You have 20 pips, right? Still going back to notification. Still going back to notification. The next one is GBP-CHF. Let's check whether this one to also give money. Okay, fine. This one was a bearish. This one was to sell. Okay, expected to come down. Target is down. This one already gave 10 pips, as you can see. It even hit TP1. It came to TP1. So you already have your 10 pips. So making what? 30, 30 pips done for you. Out of your 50 pips target, what? Oh my God, what have I done again? Shoot. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, let me go back. All right. So as you can see, TP1, look at it. TP1 is here. It started from this entry. Look at the arrow I'm using. I can't see my pointer anymore. So it started from there and then came down here. So meaning this one too gave you 30 pips, right? So you have 30 now, 30 pips. The next one is odd card. Let's see odd card. See what happened with odd card again. See why 30 pips is good? Odd card gave TP1 and came back to hit stop loss. Imagine you making money at TP1. For those of you who like to go to TP2, I'm not saying it's bad. This is the reason why sometimes I just want to take TP1 out of the market. But we are talking about 10 pips now. So this one now came up here and then later came down and hit stop loss. So imagine losing money that you have made is very painful. So if you are taking your 10 pips, you're out of the market. This is 4-0. You have 40 pips. Last week trade with Manara alone. Remember, we are using Eminos and the rest of them as well. Euro GBP. Let's check what happened with Euro GBP. Okay, this one too started from the entry. Okay, and it didn't go far yet, but let's see how far it went. At least it gave profit from the entry here to this place. Let's check the profits. Let's check the profits. We use the price range again. Is it up to 10 pips? Let's see. Okay. Let me see. It gave 35 pips. 35 pips. Wow. You see? 35 pips, which means you already got in your 10 pips times 3. But let's just talk about the 10 pips, making 5-0. Am I saying 5-0, right? Guys, for the day, you are done. Guys, you see? I mean, I'm not saying you should stop trading. No. Well, normally you're supposed to stop, right? But you could still see the rest. So let's say, you know you're done for the day. 50 pips is done. Let me come back to you guys. This is not story. This was what happened already with Manara alone. With Manara alone, right? With Manara alone. Guys, if you get what I'm saying, please put a 1 in the chat box. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, all questions should be noted. Yes, you're right. All right. Please, if you get what I'm saying, put a 1 in the chat box. If you get all I'm saying right now, 50 pips is done. This was just Friday trade ideas, right? I mean, do you know why it's done already? Because you didn't go for much. You're not too greedy. You don't want to make, because what's the essence of trying to make so much and lose everything? But you make little and you progress. Before you know it, you are done with your MFF account. 50 pips done. So let's say what now happened? After this 50 pips, what happens to those who use $5,000? Which means if you use $5,000, $0.11, you made your $50 for the day. Done. Stop trading. If I were you, or if I thought you want to trade, you can now use very small lot, 0.001. Because the worst thing that can happen to you is make this profit and lose it. Remember, in fact, if I were you, just stop trading and do other things. Go and rest, watch movies, do whatever you want to do. In fact, go and watch videos and learn more about the academy. Let me tell you why. If you make $50 and you now say, there's still more opportunity. Oh, hey, Nepal, just throw gold. Let me take. You now lose your $50. Not just $50. You now got your 5,000 back to 4,500. You see, it will destroy your morale. And that will make you to want to take bad decisions. And before you know, you hit your suspending, they suspend your account. But if you take $50, let me tell you what is remaining. Remember, your target is just $400. So if you remove $50, you have $53.50 to go. How many days do you need to make that happen? 7 days. Before you know it is done. Some of us are on MFF accounts for 1 month now, and we are still nowhere because of this kind of mistake, right? I've been guilty of that, but I just changed my orientation last week. Let me tell you the truth. I became born again last week. So I was added my certification of born again last week, so I can come and preach to all of you to repent your ways. You get what I'm saying now? Guys, you see, but do you know one thing? If I take you to Manara now, do you know that day, because I did my research before doing this meeting, that day over 120 pips, 10 pips, over 12 12 trades gave 20 pips, 10 pips that day. But you only need 5, don't worry, leave the rest. Now, I was talking about somebody with $5,000, you would have made $50. Somebody with $10,000, what would you have made? With $10,000, you would have made how much? $250 that day. It's okay. If you have $10,000, you made $250, it's okay. Why? Because your target is actually 800. And if you remove this from this, it's something remaining 550. How long do you have to make 550? Less than 3 days. Less than 3 days, guys. Do you know that this is even awesome? For $10,000, guys, you don't even need 8 days like $5,000. If you make $50 a day, let me see the math again. You need $800, right? Sorry, guys. Sorry, forgive me. You need $800. Sorry, you need 16 days. Am I right? Yeah, 16 days. Sorry, 16 days. Forgive me. You need 16. No, I said $50. You know, your own 5 pips is $250. Your own 50 pips is $250 because you are using 0.5. You understand? 0.5, right? So if you're using 0.5, $250 will give you 3.2 days. So if I were you, I may even reduce my percentage to like 0.3, which is 3 times 50, 150. 3 times 50, 150. So that would be divided by 150. You need 5 days. Let's say less than 6 days. 6 days for you to meet your own target. Stretch it like that. Don't worry. Make 150 a day. I mean, just reduce your lot size So you know why this thing is, and do you know why I like Manara, guys? Do you know why I like Manara? Let me show you another thing about Manara again. Why I love Manara more than anything. I will tell you why. Let me show you. If you lose in Manara, you're not losing too much money. It's very small money you are losing because the lot size, the pips stop loss is always small. Look at the stop loss. Let's look at the stop loss of this one. You'll be surprised now. Can you imagine? The stop loss of this one is 26. The stop loss is 26. Do you get? Stop loss is 26. And that's because it's odd card. Rest, some of them are 8 pips. I saw one 6 pips. Do you know what that means? 6 pips means if you lose that 6 pips, that's like for someone who is using 0.1 for 6 pips, that's $6. You lose $6. Somebody using 0.5, you lose $30. Do you get the point? Somebody using 1, you will lose $60. That's insignificant compared to the amount of money you have. So imagine, so 50 pips done. So for somebody with $20,000 that is using 1 lot size, when you do 50 pips a day, how much have you made? $500. What is your target? $1,600 is your target. So if you make $500, see what you have done already. So how many times do you think you need? Within 4 days, 5 days, you'll be done. But don't target the days. Just focus on your 50 pips a day. Okay? Please, if you understand this and you think it makes sense, okay, I'd like to see, put a 1 in the chat box before I move on to the next one. Put a 1 in the chat box. If you understand this and you think it makes sense, put a 1 in the chat box. Put a 1 in the chat box. Put a 1 in the chat box. If you understand this and you think it makes sense, put a 1 in the chat box. Okay. All right. All right. Good. Now, guys, that is that. Now, if you now add other ones to it, if you add Eminos to it, add what's it called to it, add that's Eminos Nepal, Eminos Trade Ideas, and all those ones, add them to it. Those ones, even those ones, when it moves, most times they will cover at least 10 pieces before you now go back. You understand? Yes, yes, yes. Use the normal Manara SL because Manara SL is the closest, in fact, tightest, if there's any word like that anyway. Yeah, I think so. Tightest, yes. Tightest, yes. It's the tightest SL that I've ever seen. It's very small. Yes, you have to use the same SL, Manara SL, yeah. Well, if you have to do anything, so you can just increase the SL because sometimes Manara, the SL is so small that you just see the trade, you just come and touch the SL and not start going your way. But I don't want you to do that. Just focus on your 10 pips and use the SL that they use because in case you lose the trade, you won't be losing too much. You should be focusing on how much you are willing to lose, not how much you are willing to win. That's another thing about Forex. I've always said this, always write down. How much are you willing to lose? If you look at win, you know, sometimes you see somebody doing like 10 positions, 20 positions, stack up positions. He's calculating how much I will win if I win this trade. But what about if you lose it? Those 10 positions will be lost times 10. And then you like having a big drawback. There's a reason we do multiple positions. Maybe because when the trade is going the other way around, you understand? And you know that it's still coming back. You just take positions. But if you want to do that too, make sure it's within your targeted risk. So if you are using $10 as your risk, divide $10 by 3. If you want to take 3 positions, don't use $10 here, $10 there, $10 there. When you lose $30, not 10. But when you do 3 positions, if you lose the trade, it's only $10. But if you win more because profit is always, you know, cannot be fixed. You can't put a fixed amount of profit, right? So that is that. So imagine when you still have Eminos, and for those of you who don't know, look at Eminos. Let's go and check Eminos for last week. Let's see. Let's just go to Eminos. Where's my Telegram? Let's check Eminos. Okay, I want us to pay attention. Remember, I said I'm going to round up this training with something exciting, though, and some of you already know about it. But just that, even those of you who know about it, you don't know the new plan I'm coming up with now. I just want to share it with you, okay? And all of this is for us to achieve that, our MFF account. But that's what's going to make you rich. And when you become rich from your trading profits, people will rush you now. You become legend in the business, become a icon 50, making more money, you know, and all that, right? So let's start with Nepal. Look at Nepal's trade results for last week. Only last week, guys. Oh, I thought I already saved this thing. I don't want this version. I want the same version. Okay, don't worry. Let me just go with it. Look at Nepal. So these were all the trades of Nepal last week, both the wins and the losses and all that. Okay, look at anywhere you see minus are losses. You see gold minus 60, minus 60, or more, minus 60, minus 60. You see minus 60. So that's why you see risk. When you want to risk $10, make sure that $10 is what you use. So all this minus will be minus 10, minus 10, minus 10. That's $30. But look at the pluses: 100 P's, 40 P's, 20 P's, 60. Can you calculate all these pluses? Okay, up to this place. Only last week, though. Forget, Nepal is trying. 947 pips minus, after minusing all the losses. Win 947. Do you know what this means? If you are using 0.1, $947. Do you know that with this one alone, if you are using your $5,000 account, you would have qualified for both stages of your challenge. First stage, $500. Am I right? Sorry, first stage is $400. Second stage is $50. Total is $750, and it gave you 947. You see, both stages of your career, of your evaluation, you've done it already. So if you are using $10,000, which is 0.5, multiply 5 by this 947. This is what you would have made with Nepal alone. That's a lot of money. Come on, this is like $4,500 dollars, right? That you would have made with Nepal if you are using $10,000 account. Remember, your target is not $4,000. It's not even $1,000. It's $800 for $10,000 accounts. But do you know if you do $4,500 for your own sake, because when they pay your 2% on that, that would be to be big, isn't it? I mean, so you will have met your target as well. If you're using $20,000 account, you're using one loss side, this is $9,470 you will have made. Remember, your target is just $1,600. Calculate 2% of that 9,000 plus. At least that's something for you, right? So if you are using $100,000, $50,000, you know, then imagine. Do you get what I'm saying? Only with Nepal, guys. And do you know this guy? The upper week result was 1,000 plus pips. Now, some of you will say, but I did Nepal last week and I had lesson. Part of the lesson too were written there. But do you know why it will not affect you if you do the right thing? If you use the normal risks level, it won't affect you. Imagine doing 1% of your account, 0.5% of your account, even if it's 100 lot size, that is a loss. It won't take more than what's supposed to take. It won't take more than 1% of your account. But the issue of you doing multiple positions and you're saying I'm doing 1% in 10 places, that's 10 positions. And that's not 10, that's not 1%, that's 10% of your account. So imagine you are doing $5,000 account and you now do 10%. You already done your, they will suspend you because that's $500. You have met, you've already breaking the rules already. I mean, you've broken the rules already. Do you get it? You have violated already. So these things are things you should watch out for. I hope you are jotting all of this. As in, I'm not just talking, you know. Don't let me just be talking, right? Guys, see, I want solution. And that's the reason why I'm calling for this meeting. Okay? Now, part of the things I said, I'll say, I think I've been able to show you this now, right? If you go on, like I said, Manana gave more wins. Let me, you know, more wins, okay? But we just want to target our what? 50 pips and be done for the day. Guys, we are starting this Monday. Actually, I mean, those of you who are subscribed, right? Now, I have, what other things I said I'll talk about? Leverage. Now, if you follow this part, guys, remember the goal again. I want to ask you a question. For those of you doing 10,000, 10,000, whatever, remember the goal is to get your 300K account as soon as possible. And you don't want to use your money to get your 300K account. If you get your 300K account, see what happens. I want to show you what happens with 300K account, guys. Let me excite you. With 300K account, the lot size, if you are using 0.5% of your account of this one, just forget about drawdown. You can never eat drawdown. This account cannot get suspended except village people are working with science to work with that person. You understand? Now, if not, I mean, the drawdown of this one, look at it now. You can't eat 5% is the drawdown, right? 5% a day is 15,000. How can you lose up to $15,000 a day? Meaning you are reckless now. or overall is 12%. Is it possible for you to lose $36,000? It's not possible now. But the question is, what is your target to pass the challenge? 0.8, 24,000. Is it possible for you to make $24,000? Yes. Do you know why? Because $300,000 account, when I calculated the 0.5%, do you know the lot size? You want to know the lot size? 0.5%, not 1% of it. 0.5% of this one is like, let's say 300K account multiplied by 0.05, that's 5%, divided by 100. That is, am I right? No. Let's make it easy. That's 1.5, supposed to be 1.5, right? Divided by 10. I mean, am I right? Yes, because when I say 0.5, sorry, my math is bad this time. It's supposed to be, yes, 5 divided by 100, right? That's 5% of this. Okay, 0.5%. Sorry, 0.5. Yeah, this is it. Sorry, forgive my math. Divided by 100, so 1.5. Do you get what I'm saying now? 0.5. So 1.5 will be your risk. You risk 1.5 in every trade. Do you know what lot size you'll be using if you are risking 1.5, guys? Your lot size will be 6. Your lot size will be 6. So let's even put it at 5, which is 0.4. Eh? Do you know what that means? For every 50 pips you make, 5 lot size means $50. So for every $50 you make in a day, you make $2,500 every day. So as others are making their $250, some are making $50. You as a 300K account, you are making $25. Now, how many days will it take you to make $24,000? Just less than 10 days. Less than 10 days, guys. You hit your first target. Guys, let me excite you. I want you to pay attention. Assuming the calculation we've been doing since all of us were familiar with it now, 50 pips a day, right? So if you're using a 300K account and you are using 50 pips, you're using 5 lot size, not even 6, 5 lot size. How much do you make in a day? You make $2,500 a day. So how many days do you need to cover your 8%, which is $24,000, less than 10 days? So which means, let's just say 10 days. In 10 days, you have $25,000. You qualify for your first stage of 300K. The second stage of 300K is 5%. What is 5%? $15,000. How many days will you need if you are using same 50 pips a day for this? 50 pips a day. Remember, it gives you 2.5, right? You need 6 days. So let's say even it takes you even more than, let's say it takes you 10 days. Guys, let's say it takes you 10 days, which means your target 1, target 2, both takes you like 20 days. In 20 days time, what have you made? You have won the first challenge of what? Of 24,000, 25,000. You meet up 25,000 or 24,000 plus second challenge of 15,000. Guys, look, I want to calculate. So calm down, just follow me, okay? So for your first stage is 25,000, which you have made. For second stage, you made 15,000. You already have 40,000 at the end of first stage and second stage. Using the 50 pips a day, guys, can you imagine? In all this in 20 days, you've done that, right? Now, what happens when you meet first stage and second stage? Now, they give you real account. If they give you real account, now, let's say you are following your 50 pips a day on the real account now. Guys, imagine a real account of 300,000 and you're following your 50 pips a day. So you know that one, you are going to do it for 30 days. So 2.5, assuming 2.5 times 30 days. I know some of you will say, what about when we have lesson? I'll prove that to you now. Especially when you're using Manara. Remember, lessons, if you have lesson with Manara, you're talking about 6 pips, 7 pips, and the lessons, I can go backward for you. You see that in a day, you're going to be having lesson. Before you get your 5 pips, you may not have lesson at all because you are just targeting 5 trades. Like the one we did now, you see that there's no lesson at all. You understand what I'm saying? Do you get the point? So if you're targeting small trade, you're already out of the market before market start behaving anyhow. But let's say you even have lessons. That is why we extended the days, right? So let's say at the end of 30 days, you make 75,000. Okay, let's give $5,000 to the lesson. On the real account, oh, guys, you see that you are rich already. I'm telling you your future now. This is your future in the next 3 months if you are serious. I'm telling you. So let's give $5,000 to the lesson. Do you know why I'm giving $5,000? Remember, Manara only gives 6 lot size, 8 lot size, 8 pips, stop loss, 26 pips, and all that. Not like some, that will give you 100 pips. So let's just say if you have 70,000 on 300,000, remember they're paying you 75%. Guys, you can make $52,500 as your profits, number one. Remember, $52,500, right? Remember, you made 25K on your evaluation plus 15K. That is 40,000, and they'll pay you 2% on all those ones. That is $800, right? So you have 52.5 plus $800, right? That is 53,300, right? Remember, you bought this account for 1,380, and they're going to refund your money with extra 12%. Okay? So you see that they'll pay you 1,545 plus 53,300. That's 54,000 USD. Put it in your currency. In Naira is 750, 41M. I mean, this can happen to you in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, if you want, in the next 2, using these 50 pips a day and going with the drill, making sure you don't do more than 50 pips a day and go and rest. This can happen to you in the next 2 months from now. Do you know what happens? By the time you make your profit, and remember, guys, this is your first 30 days. Do you know what happened after that? Remember, they will now be paying you every 2 weeks on that 300K. You'll be using your 50 lot size so imagine every 2 weeks, 14 days straight. 14 days straight. After that 41 million that you paid, 14 days straight. I mean 14 days, sorry. I'm just using 14 days. Multiply by your 50 pips again, using that 50 pips. 25. Oh God. Sorry guys, 1 minute. 1 minute, guys. Oh, sorry guys, forgive me, please. Oh. I need to do this. Hey, can you imagine? We started with 11 people or 10, and so we have 9. This is a big success. Guys, sorry, my wife was calling. All right, so as I was saying, as I was saying, guys, so now you have 14 days. Okay, let's say even that 14 days gives you only 30K, meaning every week, every 2 weeks, guys, every 2 weeks. Do you know how much they'll pay you the next 2 weeks? 80%, not 75 again. That's 24K. Then the next 2 weeks after that, they'll pay you 85%. Now from then on, now be 85% every week, every 2 weeks. Guys. Do you know that every 2 weeks, apart from your economy, I mean, using economy idea, you can be making 25K every 2 weeks. Do you know how much that is? Guys, you are financially free for life. That is 19M. Imagine your annual income. What are you looking for again? Without even spending 14 years like those guys I started with, you can, in next 6 months, your life can change 360 degrees. But the only barrier between you and that life changing is a decision and an attitude of a winner, a discipline and emotion that is well managed. Remove greed out of it. This can happen to you using economy, MFF. Your life will change forever. And remember, the example I gave you is not an example of what do you call it? It's not an example of storytelling. It's something that happened already, right? From the economy. So this is why I want you to be serious. Now, what's the last thing I said I would talk about? The news. I said the news is this. Some of you are aware, of course, some of you are aware that me, apart from the economy, I'm a Forex trader. I mean, I know Forex. I trade Forex, but I focus more on gold. I'm good at it. I can say that. Why? Because at least these days, my signals, at least, you see, I mean, I've been able to get to the level whereby the only problem with what's it called, and that's why I don't really like scalping. My strategy is actually not scalping. My strategy is supply and demand, but it takes a lot of time, but you make money, you know. But just that, economy uses the same strategy. That was why I joined economy. Guys, let me tell you why I joined economy. I joined this company because they use the same strategy I use. So instead of me now doing that work again for myself, Manana does it for me, which is institutional candle. That's what I've been using before, even before now. For those of us who know me in IM, my group in IM, where we do our gold rush, I use supply and demand strategy. And that's what they use in what's it called, in economy. And Robert is now doing the work for me now. It's just like the days where you have to put kettle on the fire to boil water for yourself. Now you have a, then all of a sudden what happened? Technology advanced. We have what they call, what do you call that thing? The one that give you cold water and the hot water again, I've forgotten. Dispenser, the water dispenser. Then do you know what happened after that? Then the vending machine finally came that vend everything for you. Just with a button, it makes the tea for you, the cup will pop out, and then the tea will be made and you drink. Tell me, it takes somebody who is foolish to say, I want to leave vending machine, I want to be fire and be doing it like old school. That's what they call leverage. So for me, I'm a supply and demand trader. But what happens when I have a technology that can do the look for the setup for me? I will now use my experience to look at the one that is good for me. So that's why I chose economy. Now, but as a scalper, I now try to add this to help my team. This is for my team. Yes, I have to be selfish. This is only for people, all of you that are in my group. So my intention now is this. This is the news I said I want to announce to you. I will continue this for a very long time, but this is how it works. This is how it will work. This also will be added to your target. Imagine using this one. Some of us know that in a day, sometimes we have 30, 20, which means if you are using 10, though this one, you don't need to use 10 pips. Just go for TP1. I am so sure of TP1. And some of us already are aware of it. And TP1 is always 20 pips minimum. Look at all my trade ideas. Let's even go back. You will see that even when we hit stop loss, maybe stop loss is like, what's it called? Maybe like this month now, we only hit stop loss twice. Now, the disadvantage of scalping is stop loss is always 50 pips. So it's more than the profits. But the good thing is, it's only once in a while. But if you do your, what's it called? Your risk management, stop loss will not be your problem, even if it's 100 pips. Because if it's $10, that is your 1%, you will not use more than $10. All you need to do now is stop entering multiple position and just enter one position. Or if you want to enter multiple position, divide your risk amount by that number of positions you want to enter. So when we hit stop loss, it won't affect you. Some of you will send me message. Oh, that's, wow, coach, I'm happy. Oh, wow, I've done that. If you see, let me show you messages. I don't want to show you because of their names. People made a lot of money on this session. And sometimes I send them to look at it. Look at the money people are making from this session. This is my own personal session. And it starts, so in the morning, I do my setup from morning like around 4 a.m. So I started sending the signal from 6:30, 7 sometimes, depending on when it gets to my target zone, because I set a lot for all these things. Do you get? So now what I want to do is this. I do this session, number one, to help people that probably are out of subscription. So maybe they can make some money of this and then subscribe. But my main focus is those who are subscribed, not those who are not subscribed. My main focus is those who are subscribed. So they can have additional money apart from, I want money to just come from every angle. Now, why is this session important? It's important because it will help you to meet your 50 pips per day. We all know now, okay, look at the TP1 done, TP2 done. Do you know TP1? My TP1 is always $20, $25, 25 pips sometimes, 25 pips most times. But sometimes it's 20 pips, but it has never been less than 20 pips, right? Now, my TP2 is always sometimes 80 pips, 100 pips. But I always tell people not to focus on TP2, just focus on TP1. So imagine, okay, let's look at this day now. Let's look at this day, January 5. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, let's start from January 5. Guys, look at January 5th. The first one I said, TP1 done. This is 20 pips already. This was 25 pips, sorry. Look at it, calculate it. From entry, let's say 52, because it actually got below 52. But let's say 52 to 53. That is entry from profits. Okay, that is 20. It got to 51. It was 1851, 1851.0 or so, 0.1 or so, something like that. 1851.1. So that's like a 25 pips. This was 25 pips, yes. TP1 done. So 25 pips on the way to TP2, but it didn't get there. It didn't get to TP2. So when I saw that I didn't get to TP2, we bought again. It was a buy. We bought again. Now what happened? TP1 done again. Another 20 plus or so. Yes, 20 plus. Look at it here, 51.7. Look at it. This 20 is like 22 or 23 pips. If you add that together, that's 40 something pips already. Do you know that with these two already, you are done for the day? Guys, do you see? With these two, you're already done at least 40 something pips. The rest you can take from Manara as it's coming. TP1 done again. Most times it's always TP1. Then this one TP2 on the way to TP2. Look at it. I showed it on the way to TP2. Can you see what? Now see what happened? Why I don't like to wait for TP1. See, TP2 almost got there, but later, almost look at just one pip, and guess what it did? All of a sudden, reversed down and went to hit stop loss. And I told her, I said, can you see why waiting to take it all can be dangerous? Anything goes in the market, and it was NFP time. So it almost got to TP2, then it went back to stop loss. So for those who always wait for TP2, sometimes it doesn't give. So that's why sometimes just take small. Guys, do you see that we are done with your 50 pips? Almost. Okay, what happened again? I sent sell gold. Did we do it? This one, TP1 done, TP2 done. TP1, TP2 gave about 89 pips that day. If you add that to the 40 pips, that is 120 pips already. Do you get my point now? You've done more than 50 pips already. In fact, after this one, you don't need Manara, but just that Manara must be taken. You paid for Manara. And after that, we sell again. We sold again, sorry. We sold again. Okay, I think someone said something, because this is a broadcast, guys. For those of you who don't know, sometimes when I send it to you, you'll be wondering that, like, it is a broadcast. Some of you wonder, I say, guys, it's a broadcast, you can see. So all of you, I just add you to the broadcast. I call it scalping group temporary group, right? Family, this is a broadcast, so blah, 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 blah. So let's buy gold. So this one, what happened was this one, I think I was the only one that took this one, and the TP eats TP1. It was too fast, so people didn't catch it. That was why I said, whenever I say let's sell or buy, head straight to your brokers. Most people don't know, they always wait for parameters. So as we were waiting for parameters, before I could finish the parameters, it's already TP1 done. So most of them were like, what happened now? I told them that, see, anytime I say buy first, then I'll not send the parameters. So this one done, and I said, let's buy again. See this one now, SL8. This one stop loss. But do you know, I think we are using a 50 pips trade. I would have stopped trading for that day and would have gone with our profit. But this one now, SL, bam. So that was the first SL of the month, January. Look at 6 TP. What happened? As we see it now, shift your TP to 1840, take the small profit. For those of you who are subscribed, blah, 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 pay attention to the Telegram. Okay, I think on the 6th, we didn't do much. I think that was the day of LFE. On the 6th, we didn't do much. We only did one. We take profit one and we left it. Now on 8th, don't worry. I just want to show you that we're always smashing. TP1, TP2 smash. You see it now, always smashing. We are smashing here. TP1 smashed, TP1 smashed. So what is the good news? The good news is I'm going to continue this for everybody, whether you are subscribed or not subscribed. You can tell all your members if they want to, no problem. I'll add it to the group. I'm going to continue till the end of February. But please, guys, I'm a businessman as well. After February ending, it will only be restricted to subscribed members alone. So I'll be removing those who are not subscribed. I'm sorry, I'm apologizing in advance. That's why I'm giving you, at least you still have enough time. Today is just 11. So February is 28 days. I mean, that's enough to make money. If you are very, do you know that if you are very, 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 very conscious of your risk management, you can make your even $99 or $100, even more on this one to subscribe. I'm telling you, that's the good thing about what we are doing here. And I believe this is exciting. Is it not exciting? Come on, tell me if it's exciting. Put a fire emoji now. I know they appreciate person. Say, which are these guys? Oh, come on, man. Eh? Why is my recording showing? Guys, if this is exciting enough, can you put a fire emoji? Now, if it's not, don't put. Okay, because of the weekends. see this one is calculating. Said it's 20 days. 20 days is still okay for you now. 20 days. Multiply 20 days by what's it called? Multiply the 20 days by 50 pips. You are rich already. That's 1,000 pips for you now. Put a fire emoji if it's exciting. Can you imagine? So it's not exciting. It's only engineer that is exciting. No problem. I'm marking all of you. I will remove you from the broadcast if you were there before. Not excited. I will remove you from the broadcast. Now, guys, someone gave me an idea. One of you gave me an idea. Okay, and that idea I want to share with all of you, and it's a very good idea. And all of you can do the same thing. See, she gave an idea, and this idea is very superb. She's not online. It was Modupe that gave me the idea. So that's why sometimes a mentor too can learn from a mentee. That's why it's good for everybody to participate. So I learned from her idea because she did it and it was practical. Do you know that, guys, apart from MFF accounts, if you have MFF accounts, do you know that you can open a $100 account separate and take the same trade I send on both sides? Take it on the $100, take it on the based on their lot size, take it on the MFM account. Now, what is your goal with the $100? Your goal on the $100 is just to make $10 a day. If you can make more, fine. So let's say $100 now. You know, with $100, you can't do more than 0.01, which means 10 cents for every pip. So if you have 10 pips, you make $1. So if you have 50 pips, you make $5, right? Isn't it? But you know, Banana is there after my own is there, Banana is there. There's no way you will not make $10. So at least target $10 a day on that $100. At the end of the day, what do? Withdraw the $10. Always withdraw your profits. Now, when Modupe told me this idea, she said she wants to be using that daily withdrawal, you know, to take care of herself, to add it to money she will spend for the day, transportation to work, whatever it is. At least you know that the market is giving her this money every day. So the first time she started, I think she did $133. So she withdrew $33, which is about, I think, 12,000 naira that day. Second day, she did about 15, 10, 12, like that. So guys, you can do the same thing. You can open a small $100 account, target $10. The problem with Forex is most times when you open a $100 account and you make $10, you just want to do more. You want to turn that $100 to $200 that day. Before you know it, you make 10, and then you try to make more money. That 110 will now eat a loss and take you back to $80, which is less than the amount you started with. But if you take small money and out, so this $100 will always be $100. Everything on top of it, you withdraw every day. It will give you daily withdrawal, which you can spend for other things that you want to do. I mean, these are avenues for you to make money. We're not supposed to even be complaining about subscription if you are very prudent and ready. Guys, I think at this point, I think I've done justice. So if you have any question, I will mute every one of you. I think I'll move the permission. You can ask me the question. I will stop recording now for length's sake. So it's a question time now.